This could be really good. Let's talk through some more of the details that we learned today. But of course, my videos simply wouldn't be complete if I didn't say, welcome everybody, and thanks for joining me. Once again, your daily advocate is back at it to help you out in any way that I can. So if you haven't done so already, or if you happen to be new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, and I will continue to be here for you every single day to help out in any way that I can. Thanks again, I really appreciate it. You know, it's kind of funny. If I didn't happen to say that in any of my videos, I'm guessing some of you would reach out to me and say, hey, Matt, are you feeling okay today? You forgot your opener. Anyway, thanks again. I really appreciate you. I truly just want to be here and do whatever I can to help you out. Let's talk through this, but this is actually really exciting. First off, let's jump into this because if we didn't talk about it, I feel like we'd be missing the elephant in the room. The CDC announced today that people who are fully vaccinated do not need to wear masks indoors or outdoors anymore. Wow, this is cool, right? Let me know how you feel about that. I'm just curious, how do people actually feel about this? We've been wearing masks for over a year now. I think a lot of us were thinking like, hey, when is this actually going to end? But of course, you have to follow your state-by-state rules again, because in some states, you still may be required to wear masks for a bit longer, even though the CDC says you probably don't need to if you're fully vaccinated. So that's pretty exciting. When I heard that, I thought, wow, I'm actually really excited about it because let's be honest, the mask, it's not very comfortable, it gets kind of hot, and it's not always the easiest to breathe, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of excited about it, although I don't exactly leave the house or go out in public all that much. So, realistically, it doesn't really faze me because honestly, I leave the house like once a week. So anyway, but that's pretty exciting. But I wanted to mention that. I'm sure you've already heard about it, but either way, it's pretty cool because I feel like a lot of us have probably been waiting for this announcement for a very, very long time. But let me know down below what you think of this. I'm just curious to get kind of a pulse on what everybody's feeling right now. Do you feel safe going out in public into a store or something like that without a mask on? I'm just curious. Anyway, let me know what you think. All right, let's talk about some of the additional information that we learned today after the meeting with President Biden and that group of Republican senators. So remember, we talked about this earlier. However, here's some kind of some good news that came out of that. So they all came out of this meeting with a very optimistic approach, and they actually thought that they will be able to come together on a bipartisan basis for the infrastructure package. Now, this is actually a good thing. Let me talk you through this and why this is actually a good one. So first off, this group of Republican senators is going to be coming back next week with a counteroffer to present to President Biden. So remember, a couple weeks ago, they came out with a proposal, I think offering $586 billion or $568, that's what it was, $568 billion in a package for the infrastructure. And President Biden, with his package, is at $2.3 trillion. So, as you can see, they're incredibly, incredibly far apart right now. Like the $568 billion package is like 1/4 of what he was proposing. Well, Mitch McConnell was out basically saying, hey, we can go up to $800 billion. So we'll have to see if they come back with that $800 billion or somewhere thereabout with an offer back to President Biden. But the reason why this is so good is because if they actually come together on a bipartisan basis, think of what that would do for the morale in Congress, right? So the representatives in the House and the Senate, they all decide to, for the first time in a very long time, to actually do what they're supposed to do and work together to push packages through and work in the best interest of the country and the American people. Well, let's just say, hypothetically, they actually come together and work together on this thing and push it through, and wow, we're great. We actually work together. Hooray for us. We're all heroes, right? I'm sure all of them would be feeling very happy and excited. Well, probably not realistically. They don't really seem like a happy bunch. Let's just be real. They kind of seem a little grumpy all the time. But either way, whatever. That's their life, not mine. But either way, they're doing their best. So let's just say they come together and they actually come together on a bipartisan basis. This is good. The reason for that is if they actually hammer this out, because we've been hearing Democrats come together and say, hey, if Republicans don't want to work with us on a bipartisan basis, we're going to hammer this thing through with budget reconciliation. So, what do you think Democrats are going to be thinking after they get through a bipartisan package with Republicans? Do you think they're going to stand around and say, hey, Republicans, let's do it again? No. They're going to be thinking, we did that last one with you on a bipartisan basis. We'll get this one by ourselves. Thanks. We'll hammer out the next one by ourselves. And that's likely what they're going to do. And the thing about that is, the second portion of the infrastructure package, the American Families Plan, that is the one focused on human infrastructure, or the social programs, right? Social infrastructure or human infrastructure, whatever they call it. They call it all kinds of different things. But that's the one focused on social programs. So, if this is the one that happens to be pushed through with budget reconciliation, this is also the package that we're keeping our eyes on for the stimulus checks to be added into. We're not looking at the first package for them to add stimulus checks into. That's not the one we're looking at. We're looking at infrastructure package number 2, the American Families Plan. That is the one that we anticipate them to add stimulus checks into. Okay? So if they do it through budget reconciliation, the probability of stimulus checks being added in would be incredibly, incredibly higher than if it was actually passed through bipartisan support and basis on that thing. So again, I just want to make it very clear. I don't take sides to either side, either left or right. It doesn't really matter. I'm just telling you how it is. Basically, that's just the process. If it goes through with budget reconciliation, like the last stimulus package, the $1.9 trillion package that was passed back in March, you know what happens there? They add a bunch of stuff in because why not? If it's going through with partisan support and it's only one-sided, why not add in everything that everybody wants in that party, provided it falls within the parameters of what is actually allowed according to the Senate parliamentarian? You get what I'm saying? So, it would actually be a good thing if they came together on a bipartisan basis for the first infrastructure package that's strictly focused on infrastructure, and then come through for the budget reconciliation or the partisan support for the second portion, jam it through, and add in those stimulus checks we've been calling on, and so many other people in Congress have been calling on too. The nice thing about that too, whenever that happens, it could be in a month from now, it could be in 2 months from now, it could be in 6 months from now. Nobody knows. That's the problem. Nobody knows when this is actually going to happen. However, let's just say it happens in 3 months from now, 4 months from now. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up because I don't know when it could possibly happen. Honestly, people in Congress don't even know what's going to happen. Let's just say it happens in 3 months from now. Between now and 3 months, we're going to be getting many more jobs reports that come out the first Friday of every month, which is going to give us a better barometer on the jobs market and the economy as a whole, along with so many other economic factors, as well as so many other things that are coming out between now and let's just say 3 or 4 months from now. Well, if that's the case, maybe in 3 months from now, things are not looking so good, and they might say, hey, check it out. Over the last 4 months now, the economic conditions have actually declined quite a bit. Therefore, we need something to pump this thing up. What would that be? Well, very simply put, it's probably stimulus checks. Seriously, they've said it so many times now. The fastest and easiest way to get cash into the economy is doing it through stimulus checks, giving money to the people and basically telling everybody, hey, here's $1,400. Please go spend it. That's basically what they say with these stimulus checks. It is a stimulus check. They want you to stimulate the economy with it. That's the whole point of it. So we'll have to continue watching this. But of course, it's actually a good thing because another thing too, if they wanted to push both of these packages through with budget reconciliation, there are a couple Democrats who are coming out saying, I don't really like that idea. I don't want to do budget reconciliation on all of this. We really want bipartisan support. So if they get that bipartisan support on at least the first package, then it would help them justify pushing through the second package with budget reconciliation, with partisan support, just one-sided, push it through, and it wouldn't be such a big deal because it's just one package, right? Not a big deal, just one package. It's not both of them, right? So you get what I'm saying? So anyway, pretty cool stuff. With that being said, I'm going to have Corey come in and give a few shout-outs for today. I was going to do it earlier today, but Corey's going to be back right now and have a few shout outs for all of you. Thank you so much, everybody. You're awesome, and take it away.
Hi, I'm back with some more shout outs. So today we have Julie Haynes, Stacy Morey, Sheelan Miner, Larry Poston, Lyda Fraser, and Shell Brown. So congratulations to our shout outs. We are so happy you're here, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.